Hi, this is Kara. Welcome to Breaking Free Fridays, or welcome back if you've been following the series. It's great to have you here. And I am actually standing in front of the lake, so I hope that you can hear the waves just coming in and out, and just enjoying the calmness that brings. I don't know about for you, but it definitely feels really centering and beautiful for me. So today I just felt inspired to share about how to tap into the power of energetic frequency and also prayer, or intention. I have an example of something that I experienced today that I was just felt really relevant to bring up related to this. And I was due for a tetanus booster for that shot and that vaccine. And I have varying opinions on vaccines depending on which ones they are. But in this particular case, I felt that it was worth getting the tetanus shot. And one of the things that I did, and I actually use this practice if I happen to have to take any medicine or supplements. And I also use this with the shot that I got today. And before I share, I just wanted to reiterate that when I was in the office and the nurse, she reminded me that this particular shot can be really painful and create a lot of discomfort and soreness for several days. And I just chose not to really take that in, to not really buy into that fear. And she happened to step away from the room, and in that moment, I saw the shot prepared, and it was waiting for her to administer it. And I just did this blessing on it, and I imagined just this beautiful divine white light coming down from the heavens above, and just really penetrating the needle, the vaccine, the medicine, all of that. And I just said, while I was doing that, thank you, God, for blessing this vaccine. Thank you that it resonates at my body's frequency in the highest and finest way possible, and that any waste is cleansed and detoxed from my system with ease and swiftness. And in that moment, I felt a peace come over me, and I just remained in more of a centered state where I was really focused on my breathing, because historically speaking, I've had a fear of needles, and so I was definitely being conscientious of that. And I was just waiting for the nurse to go ahead and do the shot, and I was taking deep breaths, and I was focusing on the divine presence of God being with me. If you resonate more with source or creator, or some other way of identifying that energy, it just run with that. And so I was breathing, and she gave me the shot, and it didn't hurt at all with her actually administering the shot in the moment. And this was actually several hours ago, probably several hours since I got the shot. And I don't have any ill reaction at all. Like, it feels very, very at ease. There's not really any soreness. It was just so easy, comparatively speaking, to other times when, years and years ago, where I do recall, that kind of a shot in particular, causing a lot of discomfort. But it was beautiful, and I actually used this technique. I love it. A dear friend shared a version of that with me a while gosh, a while ago, I've kind of tweaked it and adapted it, and I love it because we have, everything is energy, and we're vibrating at certain frequencies, and everything is vibrating at certain frequencies. And so the more that it can match, especially if we're, taking supplements, or if we have medicine that we have to take for whatever, reason for our health, it can just really help create more of an integrated process, instead of our body, really resisting something and almost, attacking it, and there being more of a reaction to it. So just a little tool and technique. I'd love to hear, how that resonates with you, and if you try it, what kind of results you have with it as well. I'd love to hear that. And then, another example that I wanted to share, because this happened fairly recently, and I just, it's another example where energy work, and also just the intention of prayer, and really managing your mindset and managing your emotions can make all the difference. I have just this precious dog. His name is Bodhi, and he hurt his knee, and it was at the point where he wasn't putting any weight down on it. And I took him to the vet, and the vet was concerned that he actually had a good chance that he tore the ACL. And our dog is pretty young. He's only 4. So this is a big deal. I mean, for any age, but definitely for a young dog, and thinking quality of life. And so the vet, had mentioned that if this gets confirmed, which he was pretty certain, and this vet is incredible, and he wanted to confirm. He said not only just from a therapeutic standpoint, but diagnostically speaking, that there would have to be an X-ray to see, and a sedated one. And it was going to be a few days before we were able to get that done. And meanwhile, I worked really diligently, and was very conscious of my mindset. And I went into a place where I did a lot of energy work on Bodhi. And I just allowed that divine light to really move through me, to guide that healing and that energy, to really help Bodhi, and definitely called on and did a lot of praying and intention work for, divine light beings, to help him as well, and to heal him. And, of course, regardless, he did strain his knee, but they did the x-rays, and I kept managing my mindset, so I didn't get swooped up in the fear of what this might mean and how much it might cost, and all of the what ifs that we can start ruminating with. I really managed that part of myself, the mindset, the emotions, all of it. And he went in for the x-rays, and they came back, and they showed, surprise, that while there was a minor injury, it was not anything that needed the degree of like a surgical procedure or anything like that. And I just, I really believe that the combination of all of those things made all the difference. It was a game changer in that. And of course, animals are so brilliant in their ability to receive and accept energy work. Their minds don't usually get in the way. They just receive. And so that was amazing. And I don't know if you've had any experiences, in your life with your beloved pets or loved ones, in working with people over the years. I've seen time and time again incredible impact on people in pain or, you know, distress, and how the energy work can just make such a difference, alleviating, you know, symptoms and discomfort, shifting, you know, any kind of resistance or blockages, and really creating that flow, so that there's ease and comfort and movement forward. So anyway, I just would love to hear your thoughts on what you've experienced with regard to energy and frequency, and related to what I've been sharing tonight. And if you're enjoying these videos, please share with your loved ones, and send a like, subscribe. I hope you have a wonderful next week. And here I challenge you in this next week to really pay attention to your energy frequency. And keep in mind, it takes time to become more and more attuned to energy. But if you practice consistently and you continue to really focus on energy, you will become more and more aware of things on levels and perspectives and sensation basis that it's just mind-blowing. So here is to your next level of breaking free and of empowerment. I hope you have a fantastic week, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.